Hey everybody, I'm back again. Hopefully we got these technical difficulties figured out. I'm gonna try to add Darren one more time. I'll give you all the chance to rejoin the live. Let me know when you join so I can see who's all in here joining us today. Be joining us in just a second.
So the connection's a lot clearer now. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I hear you. Can you hear me?
Yeah,
Okay, we got it figured out. Awesome, awesome. How's your day going?
pretty solid. Just finished making some breakfast burritos. Like, getting my day
Delicious.
going.
You've been cooking a lot lately. I'm trying to be like you
Of
when I grow up.
course. Ha.
Awesome. Everybody, let us know in the comments. Can you hear us? Is everything fine? Before we get started, I want to make sure I give people a chance to join and make sure everybody can hear us clearly.
Hey, Ashley. Hey, Natalia.
Awesome.
Carmen.
I think we're all connected.
We're in business. And we're
Perfect.
6 viewers strong right now.
We are already. I knew you were going to bring some dope people. Your dopeness just exudes today. Amazing. You just and all the dopeness with you. So, Exposing Amazing is a show that Naturally Beautiful is doing just to capture some amazing people in their communities doing amazing things for people and just people in general, such as Darrin, who need to be exposed for things that they do in their community, in their schools, in whatever avenue they're working in. So it's a really simple platform. I just ask a series of questions for you all, our viewers, to get to know who the person is that we're exposing on today. So I want to just start by asking you, Darrin, who is Darrin Madison?
Darren Madison.
Interview ever that people have to answer.
Right. So, I mean, I think a key component of who I am, um, I love environmentalism. Like, I am an environmentalist all the way. I have a passion for the environment, trees, plants, water, especially, right? And we live in a city that's on the country's fresh coast, right? Like, we sit on Lake Michigan, abundant resource to the world. Um, and that's a key component of who I am. That's one of my key values. I also value trust and loyalty. Um, like I think I'm a great friend. I try to be.
I have
Um,
to.
and I value continuous learning. I'm always trying to learn something new, always trying to explore something new, find new skills, develop myself into the best form of myself so that I can achieve my dream, which is making Milwaukee a thriving city. Because our city is a gem. Like, dude, it's a gem. There's so many things that can be done, so many models that haven't been implemented yet that we can totally make happen if we pull together the right resources.
Dope, dope. And see, you all like, I get to surround myself with the awesomeness of Darren pretty often. But like, you guys, you're not even hearing like the best of it. This is some amazing stuff that he's sharing. But we'd be on here all day if we were sharing like everything, literally. But my next question is, what do you have to offer the world? Like, with the work that you do, with just who you are as an individual, what do you have to offer the world?
The Thinking about myself, right? This is a question that I'm still exploring
Mm-hmm.
about my identity. I've gone My identity is going through a like transition as I've been in my current position, which is working for the city's environmental collaboration office through Public Allies. Um, and right now it's connection and I mean really looking at connection and ideas, right? Um, Thinking about all the things I've been exposed to, all the people I've been exposed to, right? How can I make a connection between two groups of people, two individuals that can create something magical? Um, that's that's what I had to offer to the world alongside just creating spaces for people to be their dopest self, you know? That's a huge component of the work that I'm doing with the city, especially around environmentalism, and the way that I'm supporting friends in the ways that I do.
That's dope. That's dope. So, what I'm hearing is the biggest thing and most important thing that you have to offer this world is just being able to connect people to others, as well as creating spaces for people to be like their authentic selves. And I think you exemplify that very, very well.
Thanks a bunch.
This is a really challenging question, so feel free to take a second to ponder on it if you need to. But what is one thing that you want the world to know? So, of your very short years on Earth, you're not old yet, but you're getting there. Of your time here on Earth so far, what do you like? What do you want the world to know? Like, based on your experiences, based on the knowledge that you have, if you could just send a message to the world, what do you want the world to know?
Um, I think my key is, I mean, what I think I really want the world to see, is how much we have access to. Like we live in a state in a time period where literally so much is at our fingertips. And we kind of, I view how I view people living in life. We kind of live in these weird silos in a very narrow path of like how we navigate life when there's an infinite amount of possibilities that we can explore, we can create, we can build. Um, and I really want the world to see how much their infinite potential, which I've been getting a lot of. I've been watching a lot of the Be Inspired videos that you show in your study groups, and that's really been aligning a lot with me reassessing like the values that I have and what I need to do next in my life to be successful. And I just want people to see how great they can be through self-determination and creating avenues for themselves, paving their own paths, using the internet, even though we might lose it to net neutrality. Um, you know, using the internet, using libraries, using books, using people as an avenue for them to become their best selves, to
I love
create the best city, the best world they want to be in.
just dope. I love it. That's a really, really good response, and I think that's very much in alignment with what I would probably say as a response to that question is just really having a passion for helping others see their full potential, and a lot of people lack opportunities to be to have self awareness and know what their full potential is. So that's a really, really
I
good
agree.
point, and we need people out here helping others to see their full potential because it's hard for some people. Last question, and in the comments, if you all have any questions or comments for Darrin, please post those while we wrap up with this last question, and we'll make sure to get all of your comments and questions in at the end. But final question: what makes Darrin amazing? What makes
Ooh.
Darrin? I would answer it
See,
for you, but
that's
I'll let you.
and you know this is a hard question for me.
I know.
As and you've been supporting me a lot in, navigating like self-love and seeing the best versions of myself. But what what makes me amazing? I think it's I think it's my ability to, I mean, really connect with people. Um, I just notice how, I mean, in communication with people and talking to people about what they like about me, what they find interesting about me, is how easy I'm able to navigate a space and connect with people in a space and, really begin to build with them. So, I mean, that's one of the it helps me in so many facets. You know, when especially like I'm working with the city, doing this environmental this eco neighborhoods initiative, and my job is connecting with residents, connecting with communities, connecting with um, nonprofits and so on, and getting to them inspired around sustainability, getting them to really take action, and that ability to connect with people and also move people to action. Um, it's probably one of my dopest assets. Um, so yeah.
I would definitely have to agree with that, especially the part you said about being able to connect with others. Like like any study session that you miss, like don't get me wrong, I love everyone who attends the study sessions, but if you ever missed one, I was like, oh man, the energy, like I'm gonna have to pull it together. But when you're there, like you just bring such a different vibe, a different energy in the space that just connects everybody. Just like the laughing and the jokes, and just you just have this really calmness about yourself that you clearly appreciate life and what it has to offer, and you're very intentional about not allowing to get you down, especially in certain spaces. You're able to, no matter what's going on in your life, you're able to pull it together and make those around you feel welcomed and supported. So that is definitely something that I agree with. Let's read some of these comments. Darrin said, what's up, Darrin? He said, great answer, Darrin. Nevias said, we learn a great deal from others and their experience for sure. I definitely agree with that. Darrin said, everything makes you amazing. Eddie said, so many things make him amazing. Miss Shantina said, great job, YouTube. Thank you so much for checking in and watching. Ashley says, what is one thing you would say to a senior in high school, Darrin?
Huh. And Ashley was she's one of my closest friends from high school.
Oh,
Um, so let me, so senior Darren, right? That was a period in time where I think it's one of my lowest points in life. This short life I've lived so far.
mm-hmm.
Um, that year and at that point in time in my life, I got I think 9 college denial letters. Um, and that was freaking me out. Like I was like, what am I gonna do? How am I gonna figure out life? How am I gonna navigate, being Darrin Madison? I was used to at this point in my life being exposed to opportunities, and kind of just going with the flow of life, which exposed me to amazing things and helped me find my passion. Um, but at this point, I wasn't exposed to opportunities. I hit a wall. And what I'd say to high school Darren at this point is like, dude, like this is only the beginning of your journey. And in a few months, you're about to experience something amazing, um, that will literally change your life. I found out that after the summer of that year, I found out I got accepted into Howard University. And I ended up going to Howard University, meeting some really amazing people that were doing amazing things. I thought that I was dope and that I was doing some cool stuff. These people were authors, fashion designers, music artists, like business owners at the age of 18, 19, 16. One of the guys uh, in my dorm was 16 years old, had his own software engineering company. Like really moving and shaking, like making waves as Black people in society. Um, so like I just young Darren, I just feel like, dude, this is your summer. This summer is about to be your glow up. Um, and also be prepared for navigating financial aid and all that good jazz, because I owe Howard a lot of money. But yeah.
Speaking into existence, that'll be taken care of. I know it will. Ashley says, you were very much blinded by your potential failures. I'm so glad to see you opening yourself to all your potential success. That's dope.
Thanks,
Definitely dope.
Ash.
So everybody watching, if you have any last minute questions or comments, please let us know in the as we begin to wrap up. And Darrin, I just want to thank you so much for agreeing to be a part of the show, and just showing the world how amazing you are. There will be so much more to come, and I would love for you to maybe co-host on some of these other exposing amazing shows that I do. When your time frees up, I know you're a busy man out here working hard in these streets. So we'll
I'm trying to
we'll definitely.
free up some time. Oh,
Miss
sorry,
Talisa,
kind of.
you were denied those 9 because God had better for you.
And that's big facts right there. Like you're speaking mad truth. Like those 9 colleges, I literally only applied to colleges in Wisconsin, and I thought, you know, this was this is what I had access to. Like no way I could get accepted anywhere else. No way I could navigate going anywhere else. And it was just an amazing experience, and thank God for that experience. Because,
Yeah.
dude, Darrin Madison without Howard University would not be this amazing. Because
Yeah.
there was some life changing experiences I had there. Um,
Yeah. I would have to even agree with that. Like the few times that we got to like talk on the phone a little bit when you were away at Howard, like your whole the Darrin I met like 15 when we were 15 was like the whole vibe. Heard your energy when you were away at Howard. Like you were just giving me so much advice about life based on the experience that you learned in that little bit of time. So like I definitely appreciate that and who you became from that experience.
man.
Navaya says, how are you navigating staying or slash staying organized and participating in so much in the city?
I mean, working for the city is a starter. Um, so I'd go back even before working for the city. One being a part of Urban Underground, alongside Imani, we were always, as younger people, we were always put in spaces where like it was like Darrin, go speak on this, and like no
Yeah.
prep, no anything, like go talk to
Yep.
this person, go network with this person, and you're like, but you thanks to those experiences, I got connected to so many people in the city, so many people organizing in the city, and those connections are still in my network, still people I engage with, still people I see all over the place. Especially when I'm organizing people around this eco neighborhood stuff. Um, when I have to partner with 6 neighborhoods, and immediately I was like, let me call Rick Banks. I know he organizes in the Harambe neighborhood. Let me call Lee. I can't remember Lee's last name, but I know he's an organizer with the Clark Square Neighborhood Association. And I was just calling upon connections to make things happen, um, which speaks to, again, to one of my skills, connecting people, connecting with people.
That's dope. Natalia says, so proud of you becoming such a resilient and amazing man. You will change this world with your presence. Much love. I totally agree with that. Um, Ashley says, you can't navigate an ocean, if all you know is the inside of a fishbowl. Whoa.
Man.
That was deep.
So, what you don't know about Ashley is the one who told me the raindrop metaphor that I talked about in our study session.
Hmm.
Um, like how do you turn a raindrop of a connection into an ocean, right? Of like a wave of a movement of opportunities of connecting with organizing, and like that was Ashley talking to me in a point where I felt at my lowest as well.
That's dope. Natalia says, you will always obtain your dreams with your radiance, intellect. Never give up. That's dope. And I meant to say this in the intro. I view Darrin, this is the perfect intro for him, is a little bit of everything about everything. Like, he knows something about everything. And like one of my friends, when she first met him, she was like, "You're so knowledgeable, like on every topic. Anything you talk about, he's gonna know something about it. Like, he may not know everything about it. He knows a little bit of something." And that's what really inspires me. And like when we were younger, I would get annoyed, like, "Oh my gosh, he's such a know-it-all. Like, he thinks he knows everything." But he kind of does. I guess that was like something I had to get over, because I'm like, Imani, he actually does know a little bit of everything except it. So that's just another thing that we forgot to mention during this call. Navai says, so it's all about utilizing your connects. Is that what you're saying?
Critical. It's critical. Like, every person you meet is an opportunity and a wave of skill sets. We don't exist in this world to learn everything. We're not going to learn everything. We're not going to have everything. And you got to connect with the people that have what you need, or need what you have at the same time, and like just make dope stuff happen all the time. Like,
Always. Dude, that is such a good point and very critical. Especially as young adults trying to navigate this world, we have to be open to advice and support from people who've already walked the path that we're trying to walk. You made some really important points. Do you have any questions or any last minute comments or thoughts before we wrap up, Darrin?
um, hmm. I think, I mean, let's talk about real quick, where I am now, right?
Okay.
What I'm, the process, the path that I'm walking on now, and what's next for me, real quick. And Ashley, thanks for being on the live. But 2015, no, 2016, I came back from Howard University, came home. I was it was just after I finished working on a campaign, thanks to another connection, Reggie Moore. One of his connections nationally was running for office in DC, and I got paid to work on a high-level position in this campaign. And that was a dope opportunity. And I paid off, I ended up paying off $5,000 of the debt that I owe Howard University in the span of 2 months, because I was getting paid enough for this campaign. But I came home in a state of being of like, how do I figure out life? How do I navigate this? How do I get back to where I want to be? Because I had this very linear path of where I was going, and that changed. And that led to a lot of questions of like, am I really walking the right path? But that led me to some amazing opportunities, brought me back to Public Allies.
Uh-oh. I can't hear you. Did something happen?
Um, Hello? Can you
Can you
hear
hear
me?
me?
Yes.
Okay, I hear you again. So it tuned out for a little bit. I'm not sure what happened.
All right, sweet. So long story short, sorry to speed this up a little bit, but I'm taking the opportunity now to really learn, to really dive into the things and the skills that I need to acquire to figure out how to navigate this difficult situation that I'm in. And I'm using the network that I have and the people in my network to figure it out. I was just literally last night hanging out, well, this morning, it was like 3 a.m., hanging out with some public allies before they left for the winter. And one of the allies' partner, 27-year-old, no, 30-year-old man, has 7 marketing companies. Doesn't even have his bachelor's yet. I'm connecting with, I was like, once we had a conversation about like just how he got to where he is, and I'm trying to connect with him to talk about like how to market my fundraising efforts to pay back this debt that I owe, and really create something that can help people in my situation, which is something that I've been honing in on and really plotting out, um, to create something long term that can help support people that are trying to, in my very specific position. But there's a wave of young people that are stuck in this void, that I'm trying to.
Oh man, it's going in and out. I can't hear you.
Um, so I mean, that's where I am now, and that's where people need to be. Like, you may be going through some kind of struggle, but that's a learning opportunity. That's a time where you can really hone in and learn the skills you need to be successful. Um, so yeah.
Great point. So in closing, how can people connect with Darrin? How can people support Darrin? Is there any information that you could give out or provide for people so that they can connect with you, and figure out a way to maybe support you, or do some collaborating with you or anything of that nature?
Um, Add me on Facebook, you know. Um, I'll post another picture of my business card, on my Facebook page. But connect with
Could you
me
also,
anytime.
I mean,
Huh?
could you also put that in the comments too? Put that picture in the
Yeah,
comments.
I will do. Because I mean, again, I'm a connection, right? Like, whatever whatever resources you may need to navigate your path, I may know how to connect you with it. Or if you have a skill that may be beneficial in supporting me in navigating my situation, totally reach out. Like, that's what life's about: making connections, developing friendships, supporting each other, so that you can get where you want to be, so you can also support others and where they're trying to be.
Truth, truth, truth. So thank you so much, Darrin, for being on the show. Everybody, thank you so much for joining us and watching the live. You all are absolutely amazing. Darrin, thank you for being amazing, and we hope to connect with you really soon and figure out some more ways to collaborate with Naturally Beautiful and Mr. Darrin Madison. Awesome day.
All right. Catch you around.